Hello, people. It's me again. We are here for TM tracks. We are gonna have tracking system right now. So let's start with tracking system with TM with the LC and MC scope. So tracking will be super important for your term because when we think about talent management, first, it will be new for your LCs, like having separate TM position as in EB team. And as, let's say, first LCVP TMs, you need to be super careful about your job, your JDs, but at the same time, your metrics, because it is also your data from your areas. So how we will be tracking operations, it needs to be same with the TM part as well. Like people from your LC, people from entity, everyone needs to be aware of TM data. So when it comes to LC and MC scope, in LC, you need to first track your LC metrics for sure. We have EB metrics, LC metrics, and TM processes. So what does it mean, these kind of things? We already talked about TL metrics with the team standards. So you already know how how to say, we already know how we need to track our team leaders and how much important it is. So our TL metrics are basically team standards implementation for each phase, and also like performance scores from PDP will be part of these TL metrics as well, because at the end we need to be aware of our performance score from our team leaders and from our team members as well. So we need to use same PDP for our members and team leaders, and it will be part of our TM metrics during your term, let's say. EB metrics, it is actually, let's say, more important than tracking of TL at the end. I mean, of course, we are not comparing like TL and EB tracking, but EB metrics will be again team standards, because, for example, you need to be sure that your team leaders are delivering team standards to your members, but at the same time, your team leaders need to receive team standards from their team leaders, right? So we have also one team as team leaders, and we need to deliver these team leaders to our team standards to our team leaders as well. What does it mean? For example, team leaders team needs to have name, needs to have goal, needs to have like values, rules, whatever. Like all the team standards metrics, all the team standards phases needs to deliver to team leaders as well, because at the end they're also part of one team, right? So EB metrics will be about this team standards delivering for sure, but at the same time, retention rate will be all VP's responsibility as well. So when it comes to this kind of data from your LC, your VPs are the responsible ones for each area. So retention rate, PDP implementation to their members, like to their team leaders, and team standard delivery to team leaders as well. Like all the things are responsibility of each LCVP about their areas. And LC metrics will be about overall metrics. So for example, by the way, for EB metrics, I will just add this team standard part. So how it will work, you will have team standards implementation from team leaders about team members, and you will have team standards implementation from VPs about team leaders. And at the end, you will have overall team standards implementation for your LC. So yeah, it is overall team standards percentage for your LC at the end, and you will have like overall retention rate, you will have overall education cycle percentage, like all the things that we are measuring as TM, and we will have these metrics as LC, these data as LC metrics at the end, because when we have this kind of data, we need to also have analysis of them, and we need to improve them month by month. And like the best way to track our metrics in our LC is having different tools for each metric. So for example, you need to have one tracker for team standards implementation from team leaders, and they need to put their team members, and they need to like put yes or no for each phases about their team members. And then you need to have one team standard tracker from your VPs about team leaders. They need to put their yes or no for their team leaders, for their team. And then you need to fill our talent tracker about your LC, and then you will have your overall implementation percentage. I will show talent tracker for sure, but this is the best way to track your LC based on the metrics. So yes, when it comes to team processes, how you will track. So we have team processes checklist for this percentage. I'm sending this survey to LCs each month, and LCVP TMs are responsible to fill it. So you will just put yes or no to check this. Then we will see implementation percentage from each part of TM processes, and we will be working on how to improve part together. From MC side, like the only thing for sure that we have like LC data. So you will be tracking these data from your LC, but at the end I need to track your data from each LC. So I will show what we have as tracking system in the entity right now. This is our talent tracker for each LC. So what are we using? We have LC, like for example, LC grads talent tracker, and like we have all the talent trackers for each LC, and we are filling this tracker each month based on the metrics. So for example, we have LC membership part. So we are putting our own members here and all the informations about them, like Isaac Hub, university, phone, mail, LDA, whatever. So we are putting all the informations there, and we can see at the end overall members from here, like per area, per role, LDA, and the year of studies as well. So we can, you can see overall picture of your LC from this tab based on data that you put here. And we have team standards tab, and we have all the phases of team standards here, and you can see like what the element is for phase in a different way, and you can see all timelines. For example, when it comes to regular team meetings from performing phase, you can see every week and every month in a different way, and you can see what it needs to be done every week and what it needs to be done every month from this part. So it is same for each part of team standards, and you just need to put names here, like all people that you have, all members, and you need to put yes or no. For example, yes or no. Why it is not working? Yes, it's working. So we will see, for example, of course we cannot see right now, but at the end, when you fill all the data that you have, you will see closing percentage from here, performing percentage from here, building from here, and at the end you will have overall percentage of your team standards from your LC here. So again, the best way of tracking system in your LC to have same tracking tool for your team leaders, team members, from your VPs in your LC, and then you can fill this, because otherwise you can, of course you can know, but you can you can know about the results from your members, team leaders, but at the end, if they don't track like in their areas, you will be the only one person in LC who is tracking these percentage. So this is actually putting responsibility on their shoulders, and then you can take data from them, and you can be like super clear in your job. That's why I don't want you to feel this track in a random way, this tracker in a random way, but at the same time, you cannot give any access to any person from your LC. Even your VPs, like your team leaders, like no one can have access to this tool, because this is our tracker tool from MC to LC, and only me and only LC VPs need to have access, and that's all. So that's why you need to have your own tracker. And yes, this is team standards part. And here is the education cycle part. This is again like in a like different way. Here is the team members part. This is team member, and second one is team leader part. How can you how can you feel this part? You can shape this part based on your structure. Like you can put CBA, not BA more. You can put like OG to CB to BA, whatever, different teams, of course. And again, we will for each time we will see it, and for teams same, like not same, like you also you one role for team leaders because they education level in that cannot be there in a separate way, but there needs to team, so you can again team standards part, extra knowledge, required knowledge, closing experience, so you can see all the detailed way. And yes, no, and we will see like implementation percentage for TLC here, for man we will see overall here. I think I put yes here. So yeah, we can have these percentages, these metrics from this step. And I already explained these TM metrics in a different session, but let's go again one by one to be clear. So we have retention rate overall for your LC, for your each month, and we can see monthly results, and at the end we can see overall results from here. We can, like, we have exchange productivity. Still, we want to see productivity for each member, and the minimum rank is 1. So we want all members like at least one exchange during their experience. So you can see pipeline for EB, for TL, doesn't matter. We have IXP number, and it was already part of our explanation. We have 2 different IXP type, let's say. One of them is like approving, having approvals from our members, and one of them is recruiting our previous realizations to our SES members. This is approving part from our members. And retention per functional, like we have overall here, but we have for each like retention rates for each functional area, and performance scores. I already explained all the things, but it is fine. So you can see like you need to take all the results from your PDP for each member, and you need to put your performance score here, and you will see overall and overall LC as well. So this is how we track in LC level. So this is how you track in LC level in like as LCVP TM. But again, you cannot give any access to any person from your LC. You need to be the only one who feel this tool monthly base. When it comes to MC level, of course, like I am sharing monthly report, but this is our dashboard. You can see every single detail from TM dashboard, and like you can understand this is like TM processes and like spreadsheet list and useful links part. I will be adding a couple of links for sure. So we have operations because we are like tracking productivity, and also we are saying we are boosting exchange, right? So that's why we need to see operational results, because at the end, one of the MLS that we have is every single member is achieving their goal, right? So when our people achieve their goal, we will have operational results for sure. That's why we need to see operational results from TM dashboard as well. We have network focus. So this is like based on like from October to January. So basically for your currents, let's say. But of course, I will be updating for your term, and you will see like weekly based what we need to have for each part as national, let's say as entity. And you will see you will see same timeline, like adapted timeline for your term as well. So we have the HR dashboard. I'm taking these numbers from each LC's talent tracker for sure. So you can see different numbers for each LC, and like based on role and based on each area. And this is the like members who dropped during their term, during their experience. And this is the retention rate that we have for each LC, and this is the average right now. So yeah, for example, you can see numbers from here. Total, we lost 24 people after recruitment. We supposed to have 128, but now we have 104 people in our entity right now. So you can always see these data from this HR dashboard. We are tracking productivity, so you can see each product activity, like productivity from each LC, and you can see the colors, for example. But yes, OGV in Boku, so it is 2.50 right now, and it's quite good for sure. Like it's good, but the important part is I know it seems like 2.50, but at the end, if these members are not having approvals from my side, it doesn't count. So if only VPs are having these approvals, it doesn't show us the healthy productivity. So that's why we need to be careful about all LCs and all numbers that we have in productivity level. And you can see overall from here as well, like we have 0.80 as productivity in our entity right now. You can see recruitment results from October. There will be another, of course, results for the next semester, next recruitment, but this is what we have right now. We have IXP part, and this is about approving our members. And this is like, it seems like 2 for each LC. I know not all of the, not as LCs are not having goal as IXP, but at the end we have like national goal, let's say, for whole entity. And when we divide to each LC, it is like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And UV is rocking house right now. Let's hope we will have more IXP numbers from entity. You can see conference tab. So what does it mean? We are tracking your attendance to conferences as well, because at the end, for example, it means that we couldn't deliver 60% of SCTU to our educations. And it is quite like, it is, of course, we cannot say anything, but we can see like our your attendance to conferences, and we can see SMC like how many members that we have from conference, and like how much members that we are missing, and how can we cover these educational levels in the LCs like as well. So yeah, this is also important. So we will be tracking, of course, for next conferences as well, and you can always see from here. For team standards, when you fill your this team standards tab from your talent tracker, I'm going one by one for each LC. And for example, let's say you have like 16, it is not 16, but let's say you have, I don't know, 10 people in your LC, and you are filling for 10 people. So I'm going one by one for each part, right? You can see here, like for example, like I have exactly like same thing here. And for example, let's see this, how I am measuring this. When I see yes for all members from grads, let's say, I'm putting yes. But for example, why this one is no, it means that even like, for example, let's say Innsbruck has 10 people right now, and this part is yes for 9 people, but this is no for only one person. But it means that for whole LC, it is no. Even you are missing only one member, it will be no for the overall part. So it will be not same here for your team standards implementation percentage, because I'm just calculating as LC, and formulas are different. So I know like this tracker is also having formulas for the people, but at the end, just imagine for Innsbruck we have only one row, or for TU, for VEU, it doesn't matter, and in the talent tracker part, we have like more rows for each person, right? So that's why if I see no, even for only one person from one phase, I will put no, like this. Like, for example, it means that we literally don't have team days in our entity right now. We cannot fulfill everything. The closing is fine, but for performing, it is a bit like quite hard to say we are good, let's say. And you can see overall percentage from each phase, and also average from the team standards implementation as well, and also for SEs. Yeah. For TM processes, how I feel this one, I'm sending checklist to SEs in a monthly phase, and I'm putting same answers here, and it is same questions. Like, I'm just putting here, I'm tracking your checklist answers, I'm putting answers from your survey, and it calculates like this. So you can see your get percentage, develop percentage, keep percentage, and report percentage, and you can see average percentage of your TM processes, and this is the national average right now. So this is total one. And yes, you can always track TM processes of our entity from this tab as well. So this is monthly tracker part. I'm putting education cycle percentage here. We will have membership performance from PDP scores for sure. I will start to put on December, and I am checking your like deadline. Let's say after deadline, I'm checking if all SEs are all SEs filled the tool or not, and I'm putting yes or no. But thanks God, we don't have any no. And this is IXP percentage in the LC. So what it means, it doesn't matter if you approve or not. It is not about approving, but it is about how many members you have in your LC as IXP out of the total number. And this is the percentage of our LCs right now. And we don't have any result for Isaac Hub. We are still working on the this Isaac Hub implementation. We are waiting from news. We are waiting news from the AI, because like, let's see how we can implement. Let's say we will have these results in this step as well. So this is how I track our entity, and this like, you can always go to this link, and you can always track this. Like, you can always check your data and also our entities data as well. Yeah, this is how we track to our data, let's say. But again, you will be the ones who are like getting all data from your SC, and then I can be able to track our SC, our entity data. So I already explained all of things one by one. Let's see, what is my question? What is the best way to track my TM metrics in my SC? Please go to that link and answer, and let's see if you join or not. See you guys. Thank you, and let me know if you have questions. Bye.